From thousands of turbo failures to countless suspension breakdowns, we've uncovered a disturbing pattern after analyzing hundreds of mechanic reports and owner complaints. The very technologies automakers market as cutting-edge upgrades are becoming the first components to fail, leaving drivers with unexpected repair bills that can reach four figures. While manufacturers promise convenience and efficiency, the reality is far different. These innovations are quietly sabotaging your vehicle's long-term dependability and dramatically shortening its lifespan. If you're planning your next car purchase or want your current vehicle to last, understanding these hidden reliability killers could save you thousands in repair costs. Let's expose the truth behind these deceptive features. Feature number 11, interior technology excess. Car makers love to show off ambient lighting, gesture controls, and voice recognition as futuristic upgrades. But in reality, these features add layers of wiring, sensors, and software that don't make driving better. They just create more ways for your car to fail. Gesture control and voice commands sound convenient, but in the real world, they rarely work when you need them most. Road noise, accents, or even the wrong hand movement can confuse the system. And in an emergency, the last thing you want is your car ignoring you, or worse, mishearing you. Feature number 10, the start-stop system. Deception. Engine start-stop technology looks like a fuel-saving innovation, but in reality, it's more about government tests than helping your wallet. Car makers market it as progress, but shutting off your engine at every traffic light triggers a chain reaction of mechanical stress. But the damage doesn't stop there. Every restart momentarily drops oil pressure, right when your engine needs it most. In heavy traffic or cold weather, the stress multiplies. That split-second lag when the light turns green isn't just annoying. It's your engine straining against a system designed for regulations, not for you. Feature number 9, the touchscreen takeover. Car makers love showing off their fancy touchscreens like they're doing you a favor. But here's the truth. They swap something reliable for something that breaks, distracts, and costs a fortune to fix. Remember when turning up the volume just meant twisting a knob? Now your climate control, navigation, and audio are all buried behind swipes and taps. The difference is brutal. Those old buttons and knobs, they lasted decades without a hiccup. These touchscreens freeze, lag, and completely crash within a few years. And when they break, you're looking at over $1,000 in repairs. If you can even find parts once the system becomes outdated, you didn't upgrade your drive, you sabotaged it. Feature number 8, spare tire elimination strategy. There was a time when you popped the trunk and found a real spare tire, ready for anything. Now most new cars hand you a can of goo and a tiny air pump. Car makers call it weight savings and fuel efficiency. But let's call it what it really is, cutting corners at your expense. Because when your tire blows out on the highway, that little kit won't do squat for a sidewall tear or anything worse than a nail hole. A simple puncture that used to cost $50 to patch now hits you for hundreds. This isn't about convenience or innovation. It's about saving the manufacturer money while sticking you with the real cost when things go wrong. Feature number 7, engine bay accessibility crisis. Modern engine bays aren't just tight, they're suffocating. To save space and look sleek, car makers now cram sensors, wiring, belts, and pipes into gaps that barely exist. Need to change a belt? You might have to pull the entire engine cover. Want to swap a headlight bulb? Some cars make you remove the whole bumper. It's not just annoying, it's expensive by design. Mechanics charge more because they spend more time getting to the parts than actually fixing them. Electrical connections, sensors, rubber seals, they're all baking in there, failing earlier than they should. It might look clean and modern from the outside, but under the hood, it's a maintenance nightmare that keeps getting worse. This isn't about better engineering. It's about forcing you back to the dealership where they can charge premium rates for jobs that used to be simple. Feature number 6, keyless entry vulnerabilities. Push-button start and keyless entry systems introduce both security and reliability concerns that traditional keys never presented. The convenience of walking up to your vehicle and driving away comes with significant trade-offs that most consumers never consider. Security represents an even larger concern. Relay attacks and signal cloning allow tech-savvy criminals to steal vehicles without triggering alarms or breaking windows. Traditional keys required physical access and obvious criminal activity. Modern systems can be compromised from distances using readily available equipment. Feature number 5, transmission technology regression. Both continuously variable transmissions and dual clutch systems demonstrate how complexity doesn't equal improvement. CVTs promise smooth, gearless operation, but deliver reliability nightmares, particularly in Nissan vehicles using JATCO units. Dual clutch transmissions suffer from different but equally problematic issues. Designed for performance applications, they perform poorly in everyday driving situations. Stop-and-go traffic reveals their fundamental mismatch with normal driving patterns, creating jerky, hesitant operation that frustrates drivers and accelerates wear. Feature number 4, turbocharged engine reality check. Turbo engines run hot, really hot. That extra boost pushes more pressure through every part: gaskets, seals, pistons, cooling systems. And when one weak link fails, the whole system pays the price. But it gets worse. Most turbocharged engines also use direct injection, which creates carbon buildup on your intake valves. Without the natural cleaning that old-school port injection provided, thick deposits choke your airflow and cause misfires. Some turbos hold up well: Toyota's 2.4-liter, Honda's K20C, a few from Mazda and BMW, but they're the exceptions. Most turbo engines trade long-term reliability for short-term thrills, leaving you with the repair bills when the excitement wears off. Feature number 3, electronic system proliferation. Modern vehicles integrate electronic controls into systems that previously operated mechanically. Electronic parking brakes exemplify this trend, replacing simple cable-operated handbrakes with complex motor-driven actuators controlled by computer modules. Battery dependency adds another layer of vulnerability. Dead batteries can prevent brake release, requiring towing for what was previously a simple jump-start situation. The diagnostic tools and specialized procedures required for electronic brake service increase both complexity and cost for independent repair shops. Feature number 2, air suspension. Disasters. Air suspension swaps out solid coil springs for rubber bladders and a compressor. The ride feels like floating on clouds, until reality hits. You're one tiny leak away from disaster. A single puncture and your car sags like it pulled an all-nighter. The compressor goes into panic mode, working overtime, trying to keep up until it burns out too. Next thing you know, your bank account drops faster than your suspension. Self-leveling and adaptive systems? Even worse. More sensors, more valves, more parts waiting to fail. Sure, air suspension feels incredible until it doesn't. And when it goes, it doesn't whisper. It collapses, often taking your entire repair budget with it. Feature number 1, driver assistance overreach. These so-called driver assist systems start with a gentle nudge, maybe a beep. Then suddenly the wheel jerks, like your car thinks it knows better than you do. What should be a simple lane change turns into a wrestling match. A piece of road debris sends the system into full panic mode. Most drivers already know how to stay in their lane. We use real-world instincts and split-second decisions. Meanwhile, the computer reacts to lines, shadows, and guesswork. Even a minor fender bender can knock cameras and radar out of alignment, turning a simple accident into an expensive recalibration nightmare. Dirt, Snow or bugs on the sensors can cause erratic behavior that's more dangerous than helpful. These systems don't just distract, they add unnecessary complexity and chip away at your car's long-term reliability. You've just seen how the car industry's obsession with flashy tech is quietly destroying reliability. These features aren't making cars better, they're making them more expensive to own and quicker to break. Smart buyers look past the marketing hype. They choose cars with proven mechanical systems over electronic complexity. They prioritize substance over style, function over flash. The best automotive technology is often the simplest. Systems that work every time, fail predictably when they do break, and don't cost a fortune to fix. In a world obsessed with adding more tech, sometimes the smartest choice is choosing less